channel. It's your boy Jameer. And if you are new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video. And today we are on Vlogmas Day 4, and I have 3 of my great friends here with me, and they're gonna all introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Nick.
I'm Niecy.
I'm Ty.
Okay, and tonight we're gonna get into a little relationship topic.
Relationships.
So we're gonna start off with the basics. What is the longest relationship you guys have been in?
So I just got out of a 4+ year relationship.
My longest relationship was 4 years.
I've been in situationships, not relationships.
Friend.
They still count. It's
They
all
count.
right. That's time
longest
invested.
one.
It's all right. Anyway.
Next question.
She said, next question.
So what is the craziest thing you guys have done in a relationship?
I can go first. So, me and my ex-boyfriend, we had gotten back together after we had broken up, and he was still trying to be friends with a girl he was messing with while we was broken up. So he went to her birthday dinner. So it was 12 o'clock midnight. Got in my car, pulled up to where they were, and it was not pretty.
You pulled up?
I pulled up. Let me tell you something. The girl, like, no cap. I wish I was capping. I yelled my ex name. I was like, get out here. When I tell you, she saw me and her ass took off. I said she knew better. Cause she knew. She knew.
She realized Tasmanian.
She said, "Skip."
Not.
Let me tell you what I thought you about to say.
What?
I thought so too.
I thought you
Nicole.
I already know.
bitch, I thought you were about to say that. I'm
I
like,
already know. I already know.
Oh no.
What's the craziest thing? I don't know, y'all. What you
talk
have
to me,
crazy
girl.
life? Oh, okay. So my ex thought it was smart to pull up to this girl house at 3 a.m. in the morning. You know, niggas really know nerves. I'm sorry. But yeah, he thought it was okay to pull up to this girl house at 3 a.m. in the morning because he so-called needed a ride and she had a car and I didn't have a car, so he needed to get a ride to work. So once I found out about it, I came back and y'all, he was sleeping in bed. Y'all, I went to the kitchen. I got a knife and I stood over him and I was like, I want to stab him like repeatedly. And I just thought to myself like, should I stab him or should I not? Like, you know what I mean? But I said, you know what? I'm not even going to. But I woke him up, honey, and we got to arguing, honey. He was like, what you doing with that knife? What you doing with that knife? I'm like, finna stab you, nigga, going to a beach house.
Period.
But, you know how they go.
Sometimes, what's the craziest thing you did in a situationship?
I don't be doing that crazy, y'all. I might be crazy,
Honey,
but I'm not.
the way that you tilted that hat, you're lying.
I don't be doing that crazy.
She said,
I'm the type to just leave you alone. No lie. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm not gonna, cuss you out, but I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna fall off the face of the earth. But I will act like I've never met you before.
Period.
I'm good at that. You know, that's a skill many can't acquire.
Such as myself.
I'm that now. I didn't used to be that way.
You know, like, excuse me, sir, have I ever met you before?
so like Stormy
I would hate to sound ridiculous. I hope I don't sound ridiculous when I
I
say
don't
this.
sound ridiculous when I say this.
But who is this man?
I've never seen him
I've
before.
never
If he
seen
walked
him
past
in
me
my life.
right now, I wouldn't know who he was.
Hey,
God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Godspeed.
What's our next question, J Spice?
So,
Not that J Spice.
J Spice, everything nice.
Hey.
all right. So do y'all think that sometimes your exes or like people that you may have been in relationships with have turned you into, not saying y'all are bad people, but do you think some good people are turned into bad people because their exes are past relationships?
Yes,
I
I
don't-
truly believe it. I do. I feel like when you're in a relationship with someone and like you, like, depending on how it ends, it can kind of make you, like, sometimes a bitter person, or like make you change who you were. So like, for an example, I know me, I used to have a very like caring, giving heart, but because of all like the heartbreak and trust issues I went through, it kind of made me like a more cautious and colder kind of person. So I do feel like some relationships can really change your character.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's the person, it's just the situation that happened.
that's true.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess mine is opposite. Like, I don't know. Like, my spirit and my heart has never changed. Like, as much as like my ex hurt me, like I still want to find like love, and my heart is still big. Like, I've never been like, oh, I'm so done with boys and I don't want, like, I don't know. I'm just like, you hurt me and it was a lesson that I needed to learn. You were a lesson, you know. I've said it, I hated him, but like now I have to look at it like I'm a mature adult, I'm a mature woman, and you know, relationships, you need them to learn exactly what you want. So I've never, like, I guess like my personality or the way I am has never changed because somebody hurt me. Now, I was a sensitive female, I cry every day, but that's just me in general. I'm a Pisces, we cry.
Team Pisces.
Yes, ma'am. I love Pisces.
We love you.
I do. I love Pisces because, you know, Scorpios and Pisces, they're like, you know, soulmates.
I mean, I'm a Cancer.
Really?
If you're a Scorpio and you seeing this, what's up, baby?
I agree with her. I just look rough right now, so I'm not gonna speak.
She said I'm not gonna speak.
Yeah. But follow me though.
She said follow me.
But follow me though.
Okay, so what is the biggest lesson that y'all have learned in like your situationships and relationships?
Oh, the biggest lesson I learned is learning how to invest in yourself first. So never, like, when you get in a relationship, make sure that you are investing in yourself, you're learning yourself. Like, don't revolve your world around the person you're dating, because I made that mistake many times. And then when me and that person broke up, it's kind of like I felt like I didn't have an identity because I was so attached to that person. It was kind of like I was, you know, their girlfriend for the longest, and I didn't have my own like personality. So just make sure, like, you know, you be yourself, you learn yourself, and at the end of the day, you put yourself first and not the other person. So, yeah.
I mean, I agree. Just you should be a priority first, and then, yeah. So,
Yeah.
what? What that mean? I'm glad you know. One day, right?
But so the most important thing that I learned is that everybody is not the same person you are. So just because you're a given person and you love hard doesn't mean that the other person is gonna do the same. You could go to bat for this person and you give them your last, but they will not do the same for you. So that's what I had to realize. Like, dang, what am I not doing? Am I not good enough? Like, I give you everything, but you giving me the bare minimum. You just have to remember that at the end of the day, everybody is not like you. Everybody not raised like you. Everybody don't have the same morals, mindset as you. And I mean, folks are trifling. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that.
That's true. Everything you said is very, very true. I agree.
Well, to piggyback off of what y'all just answered, what type of advice would y'all give like a girl, like your younger version of yourself, or another girl that might be going through a situationship or a rough relationship?
Don't do these niggas. No. Don't date. I'm just playing. I'm not gonna say that. No, what I would say at a young age is, if I could go back to like my younger self, I would tell myself to focus on myself more and not try to be in a relationship with somebody because, like, you know, everybody think like being in a relationship is the trend, it's the way to go, but really I grew more as a person when I was single versus when I was in a relationship. So I would tell people to like really invest in yourself, get to learn yourself, and put yourself first, because that's what I would tell my younger sisters out here, honey. Get yourself together. Don't be worried about these men, honey, because at the end of the day, this is your life, your journey, and your bag. Period.
Wow.
So,
what I would tell my younger self, and this, I think a lot of girls need to hear this, but sex does not keep a boy around. At the end of the day, sex is everywhere. So just because you like, oh, you know, if I go have sex with him, he gonna stay with me, he not gonna wanna leave me, it's not true. It happened to me. Lost my virginity to my ex, and that didn't mean nothing to him. So you know, do what's best for you. Don't let nobody peer pressure you into having sex or doing something you don't want to do. Also, money and buying somebody's gifts is not gonna keep them around either. Just knowing that if they don't want you for you, they're not gonna if they don't want you for you, don't try to keep them around by getting them materialistic things, giving them your body. Like, you need to be with somebody who genuinely wants you. You shouldn't have to bribe them to be with you. So that's what I would say.
Just to piggyback off of what she said, act your position, right? And when I mean that, I'm like, as a girlfriend, like, you need to do girlfriend things. I know one of the biggest mistakes I made is I was literally being a wife to people. Like, I was staying with people, you know, cooking, cleaning, doing the whole 9 yards, and I was acting as if I had a ring on my finger, and I really didn't. And so when it didn't work out, it was like a slap in the face, because I was putting so much or investing so much into somebody, and I had nothing to show for it at the end of the day. So definitely act your position. Be a girlfriend, don't be a wife, because if you be a wife, they'll never take you seriously. They'll never want to commit to you, because they like, well, I can get the wifely do this without a ring.
Without a ring.
Why should I commit to you? So act your position, know your position, like, definitely.
And at the first sign that you see something is going wrong, like, act on that. Like, once you feel something in your gut, do not be like, no, that's not. Or if you see something, be like, oh, I didn't see that. If you see something and you feel something in your gut, react on what you felt, because at 9 times out of 10, that's what it is.
Right, definitely. You're right about that. And do not, if you, like you said, with addressing issues, like, if you're with somebody and something they're doing is bothering you, do not let time go by. You need to address that immediately, because if you wait till 2-3 times happen, it's like they're gonna be like, why you tripping? I did this before. You ain't never said nothing before. So it's like you need to nip stuff in the bud. If it's something that you're not gonna tolerate, you need to nip it in the bud right then and there. Don't wait until it boils over and you get fed up to the fact that now you want to argue about it. So keep that in mind.
So how do y'all feel about people that constantly like let people back into their lives, like after they do something their first time and they constantly like keep letting them back in? How do y'all feel about that?
I don't feel no type of way. That's how they feel. They still in love. That's just love. That's what people do when they really in love, or they don't want to be alone.
I can attest, and I'm a testimony of that. So I was in a relationship. The person cheated on me. I found out, you know, he was doing everything to get me back. He got me back, and then he was still doing the same things, like entertaining other females. But that was my first. Like, I've had boyfriends, but that was, I consider that my first love, the first person I ever fell in love with. So I was like, dang, we done invested so much time, and we done made plans. These are kids' names. We said the house we was on, you know, move into, you know, wedding plans, all that. So I was just like, do I want to throw away, you know, everything that I planned, or everything? Do I want to throw away everything that I had with this person? So I just kept taking him back, even if, like, for anything that he did, I was like, okay, we can work it out, you're gonna do better. And then he had eventually gone to school in a different state, and I was just like, I'm not doing good on my assignments because I'm worried about if he up there cheating, I'm failing, you know, I'm stressed out, I'm breaking down, I'm gaining weight, and that's no way to live. Like, if somebody truly loves you like you love them, you wouldn't have to go through those type of things. So I just had to realize, you know, at the end of the day, I came into this world by myself. And I'm gonna leave by myself, so it's like I can't let somebody stress me out and make me fail on the goals that I want to have in life. So, you know, I just had to let that person go. Not to say that they still not trying to come back, because he already knew what it was. But, you know, I just had to realize, like, that's not the person for me. If I have to stress out, I was in a 4-year relationship and probably was not happy for a whole year. I probably was only happy our first 6 months of dating. After that, like, stressed out every day, arguing every day, wondering if he cheating on me, wondering if he out having sex with other girls, wondering if I'm gonna get a disease because that's my man. Why I can't have sex with my man? You know, so I'm just like, I shouldn't have to stress out about somebody that's supposed to be mine. Because if you mine, I shouldn't have to stress about you. I shouldn't have to ask you if you're doing this other stuff, because as a man, you would come and tell me. Or First of all, one thing about it, a man that wants you is gonna make you feel secure, and he gonna reassure you that everything is okay. If you have to ask him, well, what are we doing, or how are we? That's not the person for you.
That's true. That's very true. I think.
Oh,
I think to like piggyback off of that, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like for the longest time I used to say, you know, why these girls being so dumb going back to dudes that are toxic for them? Like, I never understood it until I was actually put in the situation. And when you're with somebody, you try to see the good in them and see past the bad or whatever. But I feel like at one point you're gonna wake up one morning and say, you know what, I don't love myself enough if I'm continuing to stay in a relationship that's continually to hurt me, and I don't respect myself, and clearly he doesn't respect me either if he's continuing to let this stuff happen. So what I would tell people is, you know, it's hard to leave someone that you invested, you know, time into and love into. It's very hard, but at the same time you have to make a decision. Is it me or is it you? And I feel like you should always choose yourself first. And so, you know, I just feel like you need to say, you know what, I don't deserve this, I'm better than this, and I know somebody out here who's going to treat me better, and I'm not going to be, you know, put up with this. So,
and for another thing, I used to question myself, like, oh, what do these girls have that I don't have? I was just like, is she prettier than me? She's smaller than me? Like, what does she have that you like for you to be entertaining her, but you're not even entertaining me, and I'm your girlfriend? So I just like, for young girls or any woman at all, don't ever say, well, what does she have that I don't have? Because at the end of the day, he with you. She just a side chick. So what do you have that she don't have that make him want to be with you? You just somebody that he just temporarily wasted his time on. At the end of the day, they always come back to the main one. So at the end of the day, but as a woman, you have to know that you're not going to sit there and let somebody dog you out and go talk to other females, because at the end of the day, you are a prize. You were the wife, honestly. If he got in a relationship with you, you were something special. These other girls, he just entertaining, like, oh, you know, I just wanna F her, or, you know, like, they have nothing to show for it. Y'all better be crying.
Wow.
Because that makes me so, like, honestly, truly, it makes me so sad that I even put myself in a predicament to even have to go through so much pain for 4 years. And like me, the person I am now, they can say like, I probably would stab somebody for even playing with me. Like, don't play with me. Like, I'm just a whole new person. Like, I used to be so sensitive, let people run over me. Like, I'm such a boss now, and it makes no sense. Like, me personally, I can talk to somebody first. Like, I used to be so insecure about myself, and now I'm just like, you know, some days I be like, oh, I don't look good, but at the end of the day, I be knowing, like, girl, if you like somebody, if you like something, go talk to them. If you want somebody, go talk to them. Like, at the end of the day, what the worst they can say is, no, I have a girlfriend. I'm just like, okay, move on to the next. Like, you just have to know and be confident within yourself.
that's true.
Y'all are really getting really deep. Like, I'm loving this.
What was the?
What
was it again?
What was the question?
What was it?
I forgot. I was getting so
Okay,
into
next
it.
question.
I really
Next question.
I really forgot.
What was it about? Okay.
Golly, y'all. That was so like deep and so moving. Like, I was very like, wow. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm speechless.
Speak, J Spice, speak.
I'm so speechless. What was some of the stuff from the Instagram poll we did?
Oh, okay, so on my Instagram, I posted a question that said, how would you react if you find out that your partner cheated on you?
I would hope a person would be hurt first. That's the initial mad. That's the initial reaction. The question is, what are you gonna do about it?
So
Is this the first time?
So there are different forms of cheating, right? So you have verbally cheating, physically cheating, you know what I mean? Like emotionally cheating. And I have never been physically cheated on, but I have had a dude like verbally cheat on me. So like had inappropriate conversation with another female, or, you know, was still emotionally you know, involved or something with a past ex or whatever. And so I just feel like there's some things that you can work through and some things you can't. Now, me personally, if someone physically cheat on me, it's going to be harder for me to forgive them, because every time that I look at them, I'm going to look at them having sex with that person, or I'm going to question his every move, to the point that our relationship would become so toxic I wouldn't even want to be in the relationship. So me personally, I couldn't be in a relationship with someone who has physically cheated on me. I just personally couldn't. So
I have been physically cheated on and took my ex back, and it, like Nick said, girl, I'm not saying your own name. Like she said, you know, it was hard to try to regain trust, and I was out here like, oh, what you doing? Where you at? And it's just like, it just wasn't a good situation to be in. But you know, and that's why we probably did not work, because I was so adamant to know, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Who are you with every moment of the day? Like, I was stressing myself out trying to run after somebody who wasn't even in the same state as me. But I can also say that when we had gotten back together, I had emotionally cheated on him, because I'm just like, how can you hurt me? And I was the number one person in your corner. You had no money. I gave you my last $5. I didn't have a job. So I'm giving you my money and you treat me like a piece of crap. So I had found someone who was, you know, treating me how I wanted to be treated, but we both couldn't be with each other because we both had situations. Now, I can say that I let my ex know that I was in a emotional relationship with somebody, and the crazy part is, he was upset. I said, but
so he didn't find the wrong in what he did. That what it sounded like.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm wrong, I shouldn't have did that to you. But how are you upset with me for, I mean, I understand you can be upset because it's cheating and my emotions wasn't with you anymore, it was with somebody else. But I still was physically with you. I never stepped out of our relationship. And I wasn't having inappropriate conversation. We never talked about anything sexual. Somebody who just wanted to hear about my day. And I was like, I really like this person, but I was in a relationship with somebody. So I guess he was saying, you know, women, they like emotional cheaters, and men are physical cheaters, and it's worse with an emotional cheater. But I don't agree with that, because at the end of the day, I would never step outside of my relationship and put my partner at risk and do some grimy stuff like that and let somebody else, you know, do stuff to my body that the person that I'm in love with can do to my body. That's just not something that I can do. Now, after that, we really were never the same, because he felt like he couldn't trust me either. But I mean, as a woman, I know what I will and will not do. I would never step outside of my relationship to physically cheat on my man. And I wouldn't cheat on my man per se, because at the end of the day, I felt like the person was a friend. But once I started liking that person, I was like, okay, I have to cut this off, because I do have somebody that I'm with. So,
well, you know the saying, they always say that, you know, men can't handle the pain that women endure. And, you know, I don't mean to be funny about it, but like most times, like you said, like when men cheat, you know, women are forgiven. You know, they try to reason with it, and you know, they usually stay. But usually when women cheat, men are like, no, I'm leaving, I'm gone. Yeah. Like, you know, because they take it harder. Like,
now, the one thing I can say, he was like, you know, well, I can't leave you because you didn't leave me when I did what I did. So I was like, okay, you know, I respect, you know, that. But it was at the end of the day, you were talking about, so, well, he'll just like throw it in my face like, well, you know, are you texting him still? Or I'm just like, I told you I cut it off. Like, you ain't gotta check me, because I'm honest with you. I didn't have to find out. You didn't have to find out like I had to find out about you cheating on me. Right. I told you about it. That's the difference with me and him. I told you that. I was like, okay, this is what happened. I started liking him. I cut it off. But I had to go through Instagram accounts and had the girl texting me talking about this is what we did and this is how long we did it for. Like, I felt like it was just two different situations.
I feel like most times when women, and like I said, I'm not speaking for all women, but I know for me personally, and you know, with your story, I know I've also, you know, emotionally cheated. and even went to the extent of verbally cheating, because I usually, if I do something, it's because I am not getting what I need from you, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm doing it maliciously out the blue. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I've done it when a dude gave me his all and I just decided to do it just because. It's every reason like that I've done it in the past is because I was not getting something from you. Rather, it was like security, trust, loyal, whatever it was. And so I would vent to other people, and then they would, you know, tell me like, you don't deserve that. Or if you was with me, you know, I wouldn't do you like that. And so it kind of, you know, I developed like a relationship with them and be like, you know, trying to see if the grass was greener on the other side, so to speak. But like,
So some of the answers on Instagram was very calmly tell them we are done and never speak to them again. A boy responded said, Shawty gonna have to throw the whole relationship. Shawty gotta go. You threw the whole relationship away when you gave my cat up. I'm not gonna say the other word.
wow.
Somebody else said break up, and then another girl said be his A word. One of our coworkers said it would be 100%. It wouldn't be 100% pretty. LOL with me. I'm absolutely pissed at first, and then I cry a lot. My best friend said slash his tires. Just 3, not all 4, because the insurance will pay for it.
Period. She's a smart person. Smart girl.
Another one of our coworkers said cheat back.
Ooh, revenge. Come on, revenge.
That's how you catch some.
And then somebody said, you know, it all depends on how long the relationship been and what type of cheating it was. Somebody else said, I'm crying, probably won't be able to eat, sleep, or think. Wow. And yeah, those were the answers. So that's what we got from it. Not somebody DMing me. No, sir.
No, sir. What you need? I want some more questions. It's interesting. We might have to make a part 2.
We're gonna have to do a part 2.
We'll do a part 2.
And I thought we need to have a battle of the sexes or something. We need to bring up some guys into this.
Boom, boom, boom.
So y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to bring y'all more great content with these 3 beautiful people. And I just cannot wait, because this was a great conversation. This was a great sit down, and I hope y'all are ready for Vlogmas Day 5. So I'll see y'all later. I love y'all, and bye.
Bye.